anyhow, people that came in early, people that got front row seats, all got a magnet. We created these magnets. Just a reminder of this amazing trip you can win to Thailand. And I know my talk today is about how to work a lead, but working leads leads you to trips like these. I've got 9 left. If anybody didn't get one, these are just magnets. Come up here, grab them, pass them out. 9 left. Somebody want them? You want to pass them out to the back? Anybody get them? Anyhow, just put it on your refrigerator. Remind you of this great trip you can win. Here we go. So, my name is Eric Polaire. For those who don't know me, I've been with the Alliance for a little bit over 16 years. Thank you very much. My wife Bobby and I hail from Melbourne, Florida, where we aim high to enjoy the pie. Yesterday I did this talk from stage. It's a 40-minute talk, and I got to do it in 30 minutes today, so you're going to get an abridged version. If you're going to invest in leads, which I hope you do decide to invest in leads, you got to do these 8 things. If you're not going to do these 8 things, you may want to consider maybe not investing in leads. I'm sorry to say that, but in my opinion, nobody likes wasting money. Who likes wasting money? Anybody want to waste money? If you want to waste money, throw it up here right now. I'll take it from you, okay? So if you don't want to waste your money, you got to work the lead, right? So the 8 things you're going to do with every single lead. The screen looks a little bit screwed up on the left there. I don't know what that means. But anyhow, you're going to dial them. You're going to hot knock. You're going to send an email. You're going to send a letter. You're going to dial them again. You're going to leave them a message. You're going to text with the lead image. You're going to give to another agent, and you're going to repeat the first 7 steps as needed. Now, I'm going to go through those. I just went over them quickly because they're on the slide, but I'm going to go through those one at a time. So, first of all, leads can be delicious if worked to the bone. That's why this is called working a lead to the bone. Don't leave any meat on the bone, okay? So here's the deal. Number 1, you want to dial early, you want to dial late, you want to dial like you're trying to get that really important date, right? So check it out. You want to dial from different area codes. Yes, you do want to dial from different area codes. I did this 16 years ago, and cell phones were more expensive back then, plans were more expensive back then, and I had 3 different cell phones. I had 321 area code. I had a 407 area code. I had 386 area code. I did that on purpose because I was working 8 different counties. And when I was going to one county versus another county, I wanted that county to seem like it was my county. Somebody who lives in 386 was answering 386. Somebody that lived in 407 was answering 407. Not that that was the magic. It was just a little like what Stephen Davies was talking about. The mystique, the secret, whatever. Anyhow, check this out. On the other side of it, we started dialing at 8 o'clock in the morning. Some of us dial as crazy as 7 in the morning. Some people don't like waking up that early. My wife don't like waking up that early. Some of you don't like waking up that early. So what happens if you're dialing from a 407 number, and that's the only number you got, and you started dialing them at 8 o'clock in the morning? You woke them up. They didn't answer, but you woke them up. Now you're making your dials, you're making your dials. If you do it the right way, and after you get done with your stack, you redial the stack again starting at 9 o'clock because you're working until noon. You're doing this 3 or 4 hour dialing session. Don't use the same phone. Use a different phone. So now when you call them at 9 and you're dialing from a 386 or a 321 or whatever area code and country you live in, they don't think you're the guy or woman who woke them up at 7 o'clock. You know, you're different. You're not the same phone number. They're not pissed at you. They may not be happy, but they're not upset at you, right? So I'm just letting you know a little secret there. Also, if you don't know, *67. You can hide your phone number when you make a phone call if you think it's necessary. You can dial *67. Some people will answer a private number faster than they'll answer a known number. It's really ridiculous. So also make sure that you dial with a smile and also dial with style. Dial with style. I didn't say this yesterday in the 40-minute version, but I'm going to say it now. I had a guy that was so afraid of dialing, so scared of dialing, and I'm not telling you to do this, but I told him, I said, listen, dude, you got way too much on your mind. You're just panicking over nothing. Do you know what I want you to do? And it was kind of a joke. I don't know why I even said it. I said, do me a favor, dial naked. I swear to God, I told him, dial naked. I said, just don't even, just dial naked. He did, and it was his best dialing session. It was like, he told me about it. He goes, I did it, man, it worked. I said, oh my God, I don't want to hear any more about it. But he dialed naked. Anyhow, I got to tell you, by the way, you know, if you have a hot spouse in the house, you can't dial in the house. You got to get out of the house. Dialing time is your time. I remember I was dialing in the house. I have 8 kids, 11 grandkids. My wife, they would bother me. They would come in. They would try to get into my my zone time. I got into the car in my driveway to dial. And then I'm in the car in the driveway dialing, and my wife comes out of the house in her nightgown, coming tapping on the window. Come on, leave me alone. Then I had to drive the car to a parking lot of a Winn-Dixie to dial because my dialing time is a precious time. You got to treat it like that. So if you can't get them on the phone, the next thing you got to do is hot knock. Every lead needs to be hot knocked. If you don't know what hot knock means, it means you've got to take the lead to the door. If you're not willing to take the lead to the door, oh my God, why did you invest in it in the first place? This is somebody that wants your help. They want you to help them. I don't care they don't answer their phone. They may not be able to answer their phone. I don't care if their phone's disconnected. I don't care. If you cannot get them on the phone, you better be willing to go to their home. And if you're not willing to go to their home, you can send me the lead. I'll take the lead. I'll take on the responsibility, and I'll do the rest, okay? My fax number is 321-250-8528, and I sell in all 50 states, so don't worry about sending me the lead. Now, that was just a little tidbit. Now, so hot knocking, though, takes also a style. It takes a smile. It takes driving the extra mile. So when you go, and there's a certain way of hot knocking. When you go hot knock, you got to make sure you have the right materials. First thing you need is a nice lanyard. You need to, first of all, you don't have money to buy a $7 lanyard that looks like a detective's lanyard or a police officer's lanyard or a Department of Family Services lanyard, which are available to buy, which I own. You don't have to. Use the lanyard you're wearing right now. But boy, those nice looking ones, boy, I tell you what, when you come up to their door, they don't know if you are a detective. They don't know if you are Department of Family Services. They don't know if you're FBI because you look really good and you have this official lanyard on. By the way, the lanyard has your official Florida license, Texas license. You've shrunk it down with a professional printer. And by the way, you can go get a passport photo of yourself, and you can add that photo to your license. If your license doesn't come with a photo in your state, you can add that photo to it. You're doing it yourself. And you slide that license into that horizontal lanyard, and you look really, really good going to the door. I have knocked on doors with my lanyard, and I've had the kids behind the door say, "Mom, Dad, I think it's the police." Or, "Mom, Dad, I think it's Department of Family Services." I hear them, but they open the door for me. And I want them to open the door for me. I want them to see this, because that's good looking. Anyhow, and they'll talk to me. But anyhow, you got to make sure you have your activity book with you. You got to make sure you have your business card with you. You got to make sure you have the lead with you. When you go to the door, you got to go to the door with a particular way of doing a hot knock. And in my opinion, I have a particular way. I get to the door, I hot knock like this on purpose. Why? That's how friends knock. And I have had people answer the door, not lying to you, bare butt naked. Bare butt naked. Like I didn't want to see it. I'm going like, "Oh my God, please." But they thought it was, "Come on in." And they turn around and I'm going like, "I need to see that." But they'll answer the door because they're expecting you. And they think it's who they're expecting. And like I said, I just want the door opened, right? So if you knock like that, guess what I also hear? "Come in." Come in. And you got to be very careful. I'm going like, "Did you say come in?" They go, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, I'm coming in." Okay. But anyhow, if they don't answer the door after that knock and you think they're home, even if you don't think they're home, my next thing is I ring the doorbell. Bing, bong. Bing, bong. Because the doorbell can be heard in other parts of the house that maybe the knock wasn't heard. After I'm done doing that, and you still think they're home because of something you heard, a little shimmy, you heard the doorknob move, you heard something shuffle, or the garage door's open for God's sakes, you yell out their name from the door. Harold, Edith, John, Mary, whatever. You call out their names. You'll be shocked that somebody will come to the door and open it. Or you'll hear them already behind the door and go, "Who is it?" "It's Eric." "Who?" "Eric." And all they got to do is go, and I say, "Hi." Because you want them to see you, right? These people that hang up on you on the phone are tigers and lions and bears, oh my, because they got the power of that extension of a phone line, and you're wherever you're at, and they know you can't touch them, so it's like, "Rawr! Don't ever call me again." But at the door, they're like, "Meow." Kitty, 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 kitty. And you're able to get into their home, right? Because you're wanting to do something good. You're wanting to be a blessing to them. So hot knocks are really bad to the bone. Also, make sure you don't get blown off the door because the client says, oh yeah, come back tomorrow. Oh yeah, come back later today. Or, oh yeah, no. You take control, you slow it down. Don't get blown off at the door and let them do that to you. Say, oh no. Before I come back tomorrow or before I come back next week, because you're booking an appointment, let me ask you some quick questions, just like you do on the phone. Let me ask you this, let me ask you that. And then I even say to them, what time did we say again on Tuesday? What time did we say again on Wednesday? Give them a code again, whatever you want to do. But make sure you secure the appointment. Don't just let them blow you off the door and say, oh, come back tomorrow. Because that's all, and you think you got an appointment, you didn't get nothing. They're not going to be there because that was just a quick get you off my porch kind of deal. So also when you're hot knocking, please remember it's not just that house you want to knock on. You want to do the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit method. You want God up in your business. Please, you want God up in your business. You want God in your business. Trust me. So what that means is you go across the street and you knock on the door across the street. Name of the Father. You go to the store on the left. Name of the Son. Name of the Holy. You knock on the door to the left, to the right, across the street. You're looking for the neighbor, and you'll be shocked that you're looking for the person. You'll be shocked that the person is at the neighbor's house. They're there, and you get invited in, and you get to help them and their neighbor. Or you get to just introduce yourself. Hi, my name's Eric Belair. I'm looking for your neighbor. Blah, 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 blah. This is what I do. And you get it. Isn't the secret just trying to make sure more people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them? I mean, come on, for God's sakes. By the way, you know that leads were sent into that community, and that person happened to send it in, and you happened to buy it. How do you know they didn't send one in? And they got an appointment in 2 days with another carrier or another company or another agent. How do you know this one didn't send? How do you know? Knock on the doors. You're already out of your car anyhow. They're already looking at your blind saying, who is that fool? Who is that? Is that FBI? Is that a detective? They're already looking. So you just go ahead and you do what you got to do and introduce yourself and say, I'm looking for your, and you might also, listen, the worst thing is to keep wasting your time doing the same thing over and over again. And you keep knocking on that door. If you would have went to this house the first time, they could have said to you, they did. Or they're in Canada. They don't come back until March. Or they're on a cruise 6 months around the world. You see what I'm saying? You find out things, for God's sakes. So don't knock on the door. Do more than just knocking on the main door. So anyhow, that's hot knocking. I think I covered it pretty well. Sorry, I'm talking so fast. Hopefully you're using recorders. That way you can play it back in slow motion tonight and hear it all better than it's right now. Anyhow, these are the two biggest objections you get when you buy a lead. And listen, when you invest in leads, a lot of leads are going to be, like lay downs. Don't get me wrong, the word lay down means they know who you are, they know what they want, boom, boom, let's get it done, bam, bam, boom. But a lot of them are gonna be, maybe a struggle. Some of them have AI. On occasion, you get AI. AI is arrogance and ignorance. I'm never gonna die. I thought it was free, whatever. There's arrogance and ignorance out there. And by the way, when I buy leads, I know I'm gonna face ignorance and arrogance, and I know that I know how to overcome it and deal with it. I also go behind a lot of agents that are arrogant and ignorant. Arrogant agents meaning that or ignorant agents meaning they don't know that we cover cancer, or they don't know we cover everybody from 0 to 85 as long as they're still alive, or we cover people up to 89 as long as their health is still fine, or that we have products that do this and that. And it's because a competitor or clients didn't know any better and they thought that the commercial from Colonial Penn, price, meant Colonial Penn had the best deal in town. Not true. So there are arrogant, ignorant clients out there, and our job is to help them. But the two biggest objections you get when you're making dials or hot knocking are these two objections. I've already taken care of it. I've already taken care of it, for God's sakes. I told the last agent that. Leave me alone. Listen, sir, I'm a supervisor. I'm going to close your case. I promise you that. Let me ask you one quick question. When you're already taking care of it, do you know if you went with the old kind or the new kind? Play the Jeopardy song right away. You got to put it in so they can hear it. What's that? That's the Jeopardy song, sir. And he's going to say, what's the difference? Well, the old kind I've seen sold as early as yesterday because agents make a lot more money selling it. It's a lot more expensive. It doesn't have as many benefits. I sell the new state regulated product, which is a lot less expensive and gives you a lot more benefits. What would you rather have? I'm ethically bound by the state of Florida to let you know if you have the old kind or the new kind. If you have the new kind, I'll tell you right to your face you have the new kind. And by the way, I want that appointment because if he does have the new kind or she does have the new kind, great. I'll shake their hand and tell them they got the new kind. But the fact of the matter is that all the agent did? Did he forget about the child whole life? Did he forget about the annuity? Did he forget about the Medicare? Did he forget about the estate plan? Did he forget about Did he forget about recruiting them? Oh, we're hiring. Oh, my son needs a job. I'd rather have, listen, besides the $89.99, $89 final expense plan,
perfect new kind. I would rather him say, you're hiring? My grandson's 19-year-old looking for a job. Really? Yeah, he lives down the street. You want to talk to? Oh, guess how much if that grandson joins my team I make versus an $89 deal? Are you kidding me? I just want to meet people. So do you get the old kind and new kind? And be polite about it. You get the new kind and the old kind. Now, they all could say, I'm no longer interested. Just leave me alone. I am no longer interested. Sir, listen. Ma'am, listen. I'm a supervisor. I want to close your file. I just have a quick question for you. Most of the clients that I talk to that tell me they're no longer interested are no longer interested because of one of two things. Either one, they were told they don't qualify because of a health issue, or two, they were told it was too expensive. Which one was it for you? And as I asked that question over the last 16 years, I've gotten both sides. I've had clients sit there and say, yeah, I can't get covered because I've got AIDS. I can't get covered because I got cancer. I can't get covered because I'm a paraplegic. I got no legs and no arms. This is a true story about that one. Au contraire, I'm Eric Belair. And I got to his house, and when he opened the door, he was really in those two fake spring legs, didn't really have arms. And he goes, I told you couldn't take care of me. Au contraire, I'm Eric Belair. And I went in there, and I helped him with 3 policies and his wife. So don't give me that. So yeah, that's a true story. So anyhow, the fact of the matter is, I've also had clients say, you're damn right it's too expensive. The last guy I heard told me it was $400 a month. I said, listen. Yes, we have simplified issue product. And yes, that's the best way to go. Yes, we want to protect somebody's insurability. Yes, yes, yes. But we also want to help a family, correct? So if every other agent has gone out there and tried to force down this client's throat a simplified issue product for $400 a month because he's age 70, who's got a $400,000 mortgage or $200, or even because he's 70, a $70,000 mortgage, maybe just open up your ears a little bit and offer him something different. Something different that may or may not get approved, but something that you're listening to. We had a guy do that on my team, and I had to go help him close the annuity he found. We got the annuity he found because we listened to the guy, and we made money on the annuity, but the policy he wanted to go with got declined because he didn't get approved on blood and urine. But he wouldn't even have talked to us because Simplified was more than he wanted to spend. All I'm telling you folks is just listen to the client, especially when they're getting angry at you and saying, what else you got to lose? The 2 biggest reasons is 1, they don't think they qualify, and 2, they think it's too expensive. And who told them that? Who told them that? Ignorant and arrogance. So, number 3, you want to send an email and send a letter. Listen, if you have their email, send an email. If you send an email, print it, put it in a letter. Eric, that's a waste of money. No, it isn't. How do you know your email showed up? How do you know your email didn't go to junk or spam? Do you or do you not want to help this family? Every email I send in an attempt to reach a client, I put into a letter and send it as well. I use a different color envelope for this purpose. I use a yellow envelope, for example. And there's a reason to that madness. The letter's very well put together. Who I am, what I'm trying to do, a copy of their lead. This is what you sent in. This is what I'm trying to do for you. It's all very well put together. It's very professional. So now, because I've done number 3, I got to do number 4, and I got to dial again. By the way, let's go backwards to the hot knock. I apologize. It's important you know this. At the door, if they don't answer the door, and you've done everything, you want to make sure you have that delivery note. You want to leave a delivery note on their door. You want to have that with you. But at the door, you also make a phone call at the door. That's another dial to that lead. I'm dialing at the door for a few reasons. 1, they could be home, in the backyard, in the garden. 2, they could be on their way home. They could be minutes away. 3, you could hear their phone ringing in their house. And you know it's a cell phone or a landline. And 4, I like to end that phone call and save that number. That's just the first time I save the number in my phone. Not the first dialing session, the fact that I'm on their door and now I'm saving in their phone. Okay. Save client Andy and Jane. And now if that number calls me, I know it's because they got my door sticker. And I know when they're home. And I know when I can go back and knock them again. But now I got their number in my phone. So fast forward, we sent the letter. They weren't at home. We put the door knock. They didn't call. So we sent the letter. Now we sent the letter. We wait about a week. We're local, so it shows up. We call them another dialing session. This session is a different type of dial. Because if they answer the phone, it's, hey, Andy. Hey, Jane. This is Eric Belair. I'm the gentleman that sent you a bright yellow envelope in the mail. Inside of it was a copy of a request you sent into our office about what. Why wouldn't I do? I'm a professional. I'm oh yeah, I got that yellow envelope, and then you'll hear or you'll hear like the objection or whatever. Or let's say they don't answer the phone. This is bold. This is bodacious. This is you can or not do. But me, I'm doing it. I'm a professional. It's a message. Hey, Jane. Hey, Andy. This is Eric Belair. I'm a gentleman that's been trying to reach you now for a few weeks. I put a bright yellow envelope in the mail to you. You should have got it by now. Inside of the envelope, blah, 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 blah. I'm leaving a message. Ooh, that's taboo, but I'm leaving a message. And you won't believe how many phone calls I get back. So anyhow, and I had one guy tell me several years ago, the only reason I'm working with you is you're a professional enough to leave a message. I said, thank you very much. I knew right then messages were good. Anyhow, so if after you leave the message, I'm not done, watch this next step. The same dialing session, I just left a message. As soon as I'm done with that dial, I put that lead in front of me, I text, please call me regarding attached request, take a picture, send it off. Same time, same day, and it's already saved on my phone, so I already have their number, and I already have their name if they text me back. By the way, that text number 5 could happen on the first dialing session over here. And the reason it happens in the first dialing session over here is this type of a dial. Hey, Andy, this is Eric Belair. Click! Call back. Hey, Andy, this is Eric Belair. So we got disconnected. Click! What the fuck is this guy doing? Okay, call back again. Hey, Andy, what do you want? Andy, I'm over here. Click! I'm sorry, me? I fast forward everything. I could go hot knock them, but I just take a picture of the lead. I'm trying to reach you because of this. And I've gotten calls back or texts back saying, oh, I'm so sorry, I thought you were, oh, I'm so sorry, I thought you were, I just sent a text. I sent a picture of the freaking lead. They're hanging up on me 3 times in a row. What the hell? I mean, anyhow, that's just me. I accelerate that text to the first time, or I do it then. I hope you're all getting this, okay? So anyhow, leave a message. If they don't get the message, you leave a message, they don't answer the phone, you send a text. The text is really simple. Please call regarding your attached request. Now, by the way, let's say it's a bang bang lead. I mean, it's not handwriting on it. People are investing in bang bang leads is a great deal. Still do it. Why not? And also your message is more like, I saw, instead of saying you sent this in, if you're sending a letter to mail, I'm trying to reach you because of your request online recently. The emails, because your request online recently, because your request on social media recently. You clicked on something on social media recently. It's just a little different dialogue, a little different thing in the letter. That's all it is, right? But I'd still text them as well. I'm trying to reach you regarding your recent request online. I'm trying to reach you regarding your recent request online. Number 7, give to another agent. If you're going to invest in leads, you should be recruiting. You should be recruiting also because you're buying leads and you're sitting at the dining room table, and like I said, clients need to be told about the opportunity. You never know what client you're talking to and how they could spread the word that you're looking for people. But the reason is don't think you're the end all and be all. I'm pretty damn good at what I do, but I still give my old leads away to every agent that I hire in my area that's willing to work them. And I have agents who have come back to my office and have closed the deal that I could not close. And there are reasons why. I'm not the same color as everyone in this room. I don't speak the same language as everybody in this room. I'm certainly not the same sex as everybody in this room. I'm not the same age as everybody in this room. I haven't worked as where everybody in this room has worked. You know, I have leads that I've given to people that worked with the person, that went to school with the person, that lived on the same street as the person. Come on, they got an edge up on me. I'm nobody to that person, but now that person's going, man, thanks for that lead, man. I appreciate it. So why would you not give your old leads to a new agent coming on board and saying, boom. And oh, by the way, and say to them, this is for practice. I want you to know what I've done. Oh, by the way, they love it. Listen, Linda, some of the leads I give them, do you understand? And I've had to explain this to them. Some of the leads I've given them, I have never contacted the person. Person never responded to me one time. I've got no answers, never home, what am I going to do? Just keep playing the game. I give it to another agent, and that agent's luck is, listen, an override is better than no ride at all, right? An override is better than no ride at all. I don't throw that lead away. I don't get upset. I don't get ticked off. I just give it to another agent because that agent could get something where I couldn't get it. And it helps that agent out get a head start, right? That's number 7. Number 8. Do all the other 7 steps over and over again as much as you wish. Wash, rinse, and repeat the first 7 steps as much as you wish. There are people that, we sell old leads. We sell leads a year old, 2 years old. There are people that instead of giving the leads to another agent, which I do, and who give them to another agent, who, like I do, and also give those leads to another agent, and then to another agent. But there's some people that will take that same lead and redo all the first 7 steps themselves a year later. They're going, are you kidding me? You did this, you gave them to another. Whoever I gave them to, how do I know they worked them? I have no idea if they worked them. But there's nothing wrong with me going back to square one, especially if leads are light at this moment in time, if I'm struggling with whatever. I got leads. I got all these leads I've invested in. And I can go back to the ones I wouldn't get a hold of last year and try that whole thing again. By the way, timing is everything. People are going through things in life. You could be talking to somebody today that's going through a divorce and finds a new love a year from now. You could be talking to somebody today that's got fired, a year from now get a new job. You could be talking to somebody today just found out their 16-year-old daughter was pregnant, and 2 years from now they're getting married to that kid and they're happy as camper having a grandchild. You don't know what people are going through, so you stay in touch with these people or you keep working it and hopefully it will come to fruition. You never know what you don't know, right? You purchased a lead, you may as well continue to work it to a degree. Anyhow, this is the mission. This is the vision and the mission. The vision of a lead. Understand that every single lead is a person or a family in need. Know that when you help them with a solution, you have become their hero. It's awesome to become a hero. It's awesome to get somebody out of, when you do policy reviews and you help a person, and I have that fireman outfit, policy review, I'm to the rescue. It's an amazing thing when you rescue somebody from a policy that's hemorrhaging or getting ready to hemorrhage. It's amazing when you get somebody a product and a policy in place when they thought they couldn't get covered. It's amazing when you get them an affordable policy when they thought they were unaffordable. Just become their hero and be the difference maker you are meant to be the blessing God wants you to be, because your phone will ring out of the blue because of all the good you do. And dialing leads is one thing, but when they start calling you, wow, it's beautiful. Now, the mission to ensure we do everything in our power to reach the people who have requested our help. Once contact is made, we do all we can to help find a solution. We do all we can to help find a solution. I had a guy in Fort Lauderdale who said 2 people showed up at his house. This is the guy that had AIDS. He says, yeah, there were 2 guys that came into my house and they were helping me. They were there for about 15 minutes. And then all of a sudden they told me, I told them that I had AIDS, and they said, hold on a second. They went to their car and they never came back into the house. They left like they didn't know what to do. Give me a break. We got policies for that stuff. Anyhow, plan to work leads. You got to get these things. You got to have that activity book. If you don't have that activity book, you better get that activity book. You got to have those door knock stickers. You don't have those door knock stickers, you got to get those door knock stickers. And if you don't have a lanyard, get the lanyard. And if you want to wear the one you got now, wear the one you got now. But if you want that bad to the bone lanyard, just go to Amazon.com or Office Depot. It's only $6, buddy. I tell you what, I love mine. It's got a little zipper in the back of it. You know those Andy Albright success coins? I got them in the back of mine. They're always with me. So it's a little zip. The one I bought has a little zipper in the back, holds on things. I also could stick some extra business cards in it with my license in the front, but it's a pretty cool looking lanyard. And if you don't have that, I would get it. It's worth it. $6. It's a small price for a tool that I think will help you look good. And when you look good, when you feel good, it's almost back to Stephen Davies' talk again. You're going to be better at what you do because you just feel good about yourself. You're walking up to a house looking good, looking sharp, right? I mean, I do have some extra advantages because I got a wrapped vehicle now. So when I make my dials, I do tell people I'm pulling up in an official vehicle. I do have shirts that I wear that, are uniformed, where I have stuff on the back of them. You can get to that point, more money being spent to make yourself look better, market yourself, give a better image for yourself. You want to plan to work leads, you better set a schedule, and you better set a budget, and you better set bodacious goals. And you want to make sure that when you do these 3 things, you share it with people that you love and people that you know to help you be accountable. You don't want to keep these 3 things a secret. You want to share them with your upline. You want to share them with your crossline. You want to share them with the people that you love and they want to help you hit your goals. So if you're going to set a schedule, the reason you want to share it with the people you love is if you set a schedule that you're going to be doing and all of a sudden they go, hey, you want to go to a ball game? Hey, you want to go to a party? Hey, did you see my schedule on the refrigerator? I love you, but did you see it? If you really want to go on that cruise next year, if you really want to go to Thailand in 2026, I got to adhere to my schedule. This is a promise that I made God, myself, my family, and I got a schedule. So make a schedule, set a budget, set bodacious goals, and when you have a schedule and you share it with people, it's going to make you work your butt to the bone because now they see that you put it in stone. Plan to work leads. You better be able to know how to get a hold of the lead performance team. You need to know how to get a hold of Insurance Marketing Hub, Cindy Seal. You need to get a hold of Bang Bang Leads. John out there from Bang Bang is here. Integrity Marketing has leads you can purchase. You got internet leads. You got mail order leads. The direct mail leads. You can get leads, guys. You can get leads. We have plenty of places you can get leads from. And lastly, you know, when you start to work leads and you plan to work leads, you get rewards for working leads. I can't believe I did this in 30 minutes and it took me 40 yesterday from stage. I'm talking faster. So I was worried. I was going to go, what's am I going to leave out? But hey, man, I just talked fast. So listen, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I got a minute left. So anyhow, you're going to see tonight people walking across stage as a top 10 producer for a year-to-date premium. You're going to see people walking across stage, IUL top 10, annuity producers top 10. You're going to see people walking across stage because of Medicare top 10. You're going to see people walk across stage or stand up because they won Cabo. I gave you those Thailand magnets for a reason. Thailand is going to be an unbelievable trip, and it's going to be a shame if you don't join us because holy cow, we get to watch elephants without them eating us. Anyhow. Please invest in leads. Please know the reward is not just helping and blessing a family, but the rewards you'll get and the accolades you'll feel and see because you're going out there and doing the job that you're designed to do and be. Have a great day. God bless everybody.